Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, enemies and friends, welcome to the shows that never ends. You are tuned into On the Real, where we keep you up to date on the latest in the world of TV and movies. And I'm your host, The Everborn Saga, and we are joined by a very, very special guest. Again, I don't even know if I can call him a guest anymore. He's just the honorary co-host, Mr. King, Xbox, Swami, David.
What's going on, people?
No, you coined the Phil Dominus Maximus Aurelius Spencer. I think it's time that you get your own name
Title.
there,
Yes,
sir.
accolades. Yeah. That's right. That's right.
You have more than earned that, sir.
Yeah, the Swami. I'm cool with the Swami, man. Like, people go to the guru in the village and listen to his knowledge and sit and partake in his predictions and how life goes. I'm cool with the Swami, baby.
I expect to see a nice regal hat the next time, like a regal one, a big old regal.
I'm waiting for something to happen. When it happens,
half the freaking screen, bro. Half the screen.
I'm gonna be full toga. I'm going to be red beanie. I'm gonna have. Oh my God, daishiki. Everything gonna be crazy.
The
whole nine.
King. If the thing you're talking about is the thing I'm talking about,
yeah,
I already said a lot of people are just gonna have to block me because I am going to be unbearable.
More than now?
The words that I will use will be so deflating for the ego of individuals. Like you said, I would be unbearable. Yeah,
exactly.
I'm unbearable now. But I'm truly gonna be unbearable later on this next year, beginning of next year. I got some news that a particular gentleman will not like me, and he will be running for me. So I got Jay Barry on the run. He got to show up.
All right,
because I've been playing my Halo multiplayer, having fun. But what I've been watching.
Yes, what are you watching, sir? Since the last time we spoke.
I'm watching a movie called America, the motion picture. Have you seen it?
I have not, but when LeVar comes on, he's running a little bit late.
Yeah.
He will be here. He has been trying to get me to watch this for a while. He's a huge fan.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's absolutely a slice of Americana, over the top, hyperbole, with everything. It's just a huge melting pot, and the name is appropriately apted for it. They take a whole bunch of things and they take liberties with our history, and they twist.
It's a cartoon.
Yes, it's a cartoon,
right?
And it has music from Run the Jewels in it. So you understand you're gonna get an eclectic sound when you're watching this. The same thing with the visuals. The artistic take on it is beautiful. And the animations, they didn't cheap out on it at all.
It's made by the same people that make that the show on FX with the spies, the cartoon. Yeah. What's the name of it? Somebody help me out.
Can't help you.
Oh yeah,
but
I don't know why. Archer.
Yeah. Okay.
Archer. There you
yes.
go. There you go. Yep.
So it's made by the same people that make Archer. I see that guy Smitty catching the show live. We see you. Waiting for Umbra to come back too.
Yeah,
so
I'm watching that. I'm also bouncing in between a couple of shows. Like I have to watch Squid Games, and I gotta painfully watch it one episode at a time. Like it's
you watching it with your wife?
No, it puts me to sleep.
Really?
It is so absolutely boring and see, I'm not enamored with Korean culture like everybody else is. A lot of these people are enamored with culture that's not their own. It's the same way I feel that certain suburban kids are enamored with
hip
hop and the urban life. They're caught up in the streets and they think the streets have this mystic lore to them, and they get caught up in the drugs and all that other stuff. So the same way we get caught up in that, I think these dudes get caught up in Eastern culture, Asian culture, and it really sucks to me. I mean, it really isn't as good as everybody claims it is. It's a terrible take on a show, It's actually completely boring. It's boring me to tears, and I'm waiting and I'm watching for the payoff, right?
Hold on. I'm gonna tell you right now, there's no payoff.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I was about to say, how many episodes you in?
I think I'm in like 8 episodes or something like that.
Yeah, there's no payoff. If that's how you feel now, bow out. It's okay. Just
shout
bow
out.
No, I'm gonna finish it because I'm invested to the point where it's like when you're on a highway and you know it's a car wreck ahead, and you could have turned off. You could have veered off at one of those exits, but you're like, I'm all the way entrenched. I'm already been here for 30 minutes.
Might as well.
I gotta ride this boo-boo out.
That's ride it out.
Oh no, but it's worse than that. It is like because you have been in traffic so long, you're like, I better see like somebody.
That's
better
messed
be
up,
dead.
but I say that. I know what you're gonna say, and it's messed up, but that's exactly what I said. I better see something.
There better be a car flipped upside down for making me a half hour late.
You saw the whole thing, right? You've seen the whole season, right?
No, he's still working his way.
No, I'm talking to you, Everborn. You've seen the whole season, right?
Yeah. Wait, before you say that, shout out to I Got Soul and Gabe O. We see you. We appreciate you joining us.
Yes.
But please continue.
Without spoiling it, because I want him to get to the end. But how you think he's gonna feel about the end if he feels this way about this?
I thought the ending was anticlimactic. There's some sad moments because obviously you know the nature of the game. I won't tell you what happens to who, but where you thought it was going to go,
it didn't.
It kind of ends abruptly. It reminds me of Halo 5.
Okay. I'm not gonna let you do that.
I love Halo 5.
Let's not go any further. Let him finish. Go ahead.
Also watching I watched this movie called Terraformers. Have you ever seen it?
I have not.
All right. So it's about we send roaches to Mars, right? And we send it to them. We send the roaches to Mars 50 years ago, and then the roaches evolved.
Okay.
Right. So they're sending us to Mars, and this is a Korean movie, and they're sending us to Mars to go, and they take the worst of the worst. People with debt and stuff like that, Yakuza and stuff like that. They send them to Mars to go and eradicate the bugs, right? But they don't tell them
it's Starship Troopers.
It's like that, but better.
Okay.
Right? So it's Starship Troopers, but better. And I know somebody's gonna yell out blasphemous, but Starship Troopers is a great B classic movie. But this one,
the books are by the way, the books for Starship Troopers are hard sci-fi. It's not like what you got in the movies.
Yeah, but they can do it.
Right. But the movie kind of leaned into the cheese, and I think it worked. It was one of the few. It's like how Snakes on a Plane works, right? Yeah. It's like we know we're bad, but we're gonna lean all the way into it, and they go so hard into it that it works.
This thing is like that in the sense that they don't know what they're going to see. They think they're going to eliminate roaches, so they send the cans out there, and the cans hit the planet, and they emit like raid, right? And then these guys are supposed to go out there to make sure that the roaches is dead. They didn't know that they transformed. Like they grew, they look like diesel dudes that work out in the gym with these bug eyes, right? And they saw them talking.
Is this animated or is this live?
No, this is real life. Like this is real. This is real action. It's called Terraformers. I advise you to watch it because this got to pay off. Okay. Now, a little bit of spoilers. They inject themselves with some of the DNA of insects. Of the
roaches.
Of insects to combat the roaches because the roaches are super strong. They're like strong men and they super fast.
I'm not gonna lie, this sounds really disgusting.
It is absolutely, but it has a payoff. And they inject themselves with other insects to combat these roaches, to take them out. And the more that you inject yourself, the more powers you get. So it's like Power Rangers versus, insects. It was a guilty pleasure watching it. Me and the wife watched it. It was a guilty pleasure. And I'm telling you, you'll enjoy it.
I want to point out that this man is the same man who does not like Squid Game.
Yep, exactly.
And the
everybody
IMDb score on it is 4.8 out of 10. But continue.
of Terraformers.
That don't matter.
Dude,
That means nothing.
I know
to
it
me.
doesn't. It,
Yeah,
it matters at all. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter at all. But still, go ahead.
And I know why people like Squid Games. I know I already identified it, right? So, the nice little tugging story about gamblers and degenerates, and we're gonna make these degenerates pay, and the shocking thoughts of the shooting and the killings of a game, and they feel like they're invested. Everybody wants to be part of something, and nobody wants to talk bad about something that isn't all that great. Right. So when you start saying stuff like, I don't think it's all that, somebody will look at you like you crazy. I have a friend who said that about Breaking Bad. I understand why you may not like Breaking Bad.
Hey,
right?
King,
But I love it.
King, that is exactly how I feel about Grand Theft Auto 5. Does nothing for
But
me.
you've never played it.
I don't want to play it. I'm good on Grand Theft Auto
But
as
he's
a
probably
whole.
played all the other Grand Theft Autos.
I stopped at 4.
See, that's
before. But see, my problem with that, and now we're gonna turn it into a gaming show. My problem with that is when they turned it from a Fetch Quest season, and they actually did something, you stop playing.
Okay, but let me stop you right there. Right?
Uh-huh.
If you are dating somebody and you give them chance after chance, and you say, "Get your shit together,"
game.
No, it's the same thing.
It's not.
Chance after chance, you tell them to get your shit together, and then after you're finally fed up, they finally do. This is when you're completely done and checked out, and you had to do all the separating shit that nobody wants to do, and you had to move on. And then they finally turn around and what you asked them to do all the years you've been with them. At that point, fuck you.
No, that's
so you're saying you had a bad relationship with GTA.
That's when he has to realize it was him and not them.
Right.
But again, I agree with you. What you're saying, it's still a fetch quest. It's still
not in GTA 5.
I was holding GTA back from being their best self.
It's still the same GTA. I mean, it's not as heavy, but it's still follow this line to get to.
It's more of a okay. My only reason for saying he should play it is because as a person who speaks to gaming in such a way that he does, this is Catcher in the Rye. It is required reading. It is from a technical perspective, beyond technical. For the worlds it builds, it is required reading. But you don't have to.
And then you would tell him to go play Red Dead Redemption 2 for that,
which is also required reading.
Right.
I wholly agree with that.
I also haven't played, but it's on my list.
No, don't. Just don't. just don't. You're on the right path, sir. Just don't. Let's keep it to movies. Let's talk about two of the worst games that I feel is the worst games that are critically acclaimed.
Okay, so no, I see what you're saying about people kind of jumping on the hype train, but I watched it one episode at a time, with the missus before we went to bed, and it was just kind of getting attached to the characters. It wasn't really about the plot, but I do notice something. I don't know what it is with a lot of these modern. Not when I say modern, I mean like non historical fiction or fantasy. But a lot of these sort of Korean stories, they're focused around people in debt and the things they'll do.
The majority of their society, sir.
Yeah, it speaks to their culture.
But
if you watch African dramas, you'll see the same thing. Yeah, if you watch a bunch of African dramas, the same exact thing. And death. And death and debt and romances that flip on you. Everyone is exactly the same.
I know, because I just saw Squid Game and I'm like, this is like Parasite, but just taken to the next level, right? Yeah. When you think about it,
that's something I have to watch.
Oh yeah, you should. It's actually pretty good.
It's worthy of its Oscar. Yeah,
I'll check it.
Did you guys see Train to Busan?
No.
A long time ago.
That's the zombie movie.
Yes.
No,
Didn't they? Aren't they planning on remaking it? Like I
Yeah,
heard
yeah.
some news that
Last
they're
Train
planning
to
on
New
remake.
York. It's going to be terrible.
Yeah.
Because
Of
people don't want to read subtitles. But
Of
anyway,
course.
Mr. K. Asante, what are you watching? And I see you, Courtney and Neo Mental. How are you?
Yes, welcome, good gentlemen. Yes. So
going on?
what I'm watching now, it's quite interesting that you brought up America, the motion picture,
Yeah.
because what has me enamored all week is Hit Monkey, and it is directed by Matt Thompson, who also directed America, the motion picture, as well as Archer. So the art styles and all that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This show needs to be watched. Oh man, if you are one of those people who loves the MCU, you love Marvel, but you want Marvel to take it there, please. Just one episode. Watch this. You will not stop. I was like, oh, I'll check this out. 6 episodes later, and then I had to go to bed and I finished it today. It is 4 hours, the whole thing. So good. I won't well, okay, I'll give you the premise. Basically, and I don't know how well versed you are with Hit Monkey King. It's basically a side character from Deadpool.
Yeah.
But they don't have that much, they don't have much of anything to work with in the comic book pages. So they kind of created the story on their own. And I think this is a huge success. And they sprinkle a lot of not only MCU, but Marvel into it. Like old school, out of nowhere, Silver Samurai shows up. Like wow. They really put it there. And very, very, very good cameos. Very good. Oh, you need to watch it. It is gory as all hell.
I was gonna watch it today because I saw you put it in the chat, right? So I was like, let me check it real quick. But then I got caught up on America, the motion picture,
which is the same director. So there you go, and it's probably the same art department and everything. So they have kind of similar styles.
Beautiful stuff.
It is gory as all hell.
Yep.
Like ridiculous premise, absolutely stupid and like ridiculous premise, right? And then all of a sudden you have, and of course it be the character being from Deadpool, so you have to have like a wisecracking character with it. And Jason Sudeikis is that character, and he's Jason Sudeikis all over the place, all day, every day, throughout the whole thing. It goes from one part ridiculous to gory to hilarious to heartfelt and serious. It's at the end, you're a believer. It's very, very good. I thoroughly enjoyed my time. It's got Olivia Munn in it as well. She does the voice, which is actually funny.
She's also America.
That's right.
America's too. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's. I think they did all these projects kind of simultaneously or so, because they all seem to have the same actors in it. I really enjoyed it. Like you have to, dispel your disbelief a little bit. You have to step back. If you're a Marvel person, man, there's so much in here for you to love. I expect you to come back, King, and give us your reading, because I think you will really appreciate it. Yes. So I've been watching that, and let's see, and of course we've been watching the shows we've been watching. So I won't add too much more into it. We have something else we'll talk about that I've been watching as well. But yes, I will say anyone that is within the distance of my voice, go watch Hit Monkey. Go watch that.
All right. So
yes, that's what I'm watching.
What I have been watching is Arcane on Netflix.
Oh, yeah, that too. Yeah.
Now, I am not a League of Legends person.
I've been wanting to watch that for a while.
But
starts off pretty good.
Dare I say, and I'm only I've just finished the 2nd episode, I think. And because they're doing week to week on this one.
Yeah, which is what stopped me. I wanted to wait till more episodes showed up.
No, I think it's good because it can kind of keep the conversation going, although I don't know if this is the right type of show, the right kind of water cooler show for that.
Yeah.
But from the 2 episodes I've seen, and
you're a believer?
And I mean this with all sincerity, this may be the best video game-based movie or television show that has ever been made. And I know that's a low bar.
Have you seen Free Guy?
That doesn't count. It's not based on a game. It's based on video games, but not a specific game.
Okay. Sure, I'll give you that. Okay. All right.
So it
the
is
art style has me intrigued.
top cheap, and you want to talk about not cheaping out on the animations.
Yeah, the art
Right?
style has to be very
This
interesting.
could have been in the movies with the detail and all these things that they did. And if you're into fantasy, this is just I don't know that I like the music because it's a lot of like kind of modern, like pop hip hop kind of music, which I feel like doesn't fit the setting. Other than that, like extremely well acted. Right. And when I say well acted, I mean like people showed up to work. They're not just like delivering lines. Whoever's doing voices is doing real. Yeah, exactly. Okay. But like, you want to talk about a fully realized fantasy world? Like it is the shit. And like, and again, it's making me, well, I'm not gonna play League of Legends. I'm not gonna say that and lie to you. But this is it. If this is the direction we're going with video game based properties, I'm all the way here for it.
For what it's worth, 29,000 people have reviewed it. 9.4 out of 10.
This is what I'm talking about. Like, it's really good.
Now,
King, how many episodes are you in?
I'm in 1.5.
1.5. How you feel about it?
I love the art direction. I love the world building that they're actually doing right now with explaining about those little stuff that they stole and where they threw it at, stuff like that. I just don't want to give away too much. But it's you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of what's those games? Deathloop, from the makers of Deathloop.
The Arcane games? What?
Yeah, the Arcane made games.
Like Prey?
No,
Dishonored. You're talking
Dishonored.
Dishonored.
Yes. The art style is like Dishonored, right?
Right.
And when they're running across the rooftops and stuff like that, it made me want to go back to play those games because a lot of the stuff that they're doing looks a lot of Dishonored. Like
that's high praise, man. Dishonored is amazing.
Yes. And the art direction, it keeps with this steampunk feel of England in an imaginary world, right? So imagine England back then with a steampunk feel that feels modern but old, right? That's how it feels.
I'm not gonna lie to you. When they did that opening shot of them on the rooftop looking at the city, I took my phone out, recorded it from the TV, and immediately called up the artist that works on Prince of Arcadia. Because in the next chapter, we're going back to the castle. And I was like, "Hey,
so are you officially saying on live video that you're going to steal somebody's car?"
He found inspiration.
He found inspiration.
He found inspiration.
I'm just clowning.
The Vesta breathed in the scene. Because the scene is very breathtaking. If you want to show the vastness of that area, I understand exactly what you're talking about. Because the area is vast, and then you can see how the hierarchy goes, where the castle and the people are down below type of thing.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, very, very, very distinct, very elitist feel to it. Because the commoners, like they said, these is one part. They like, I heard you making a lot of noise over on that part of town.
And I'll let you do your business so long as I don't see none of your people up there.
How many episodes in are they?
I don't know, because I just finished the second one. I think they might be up to 3 or 4.
Yeah.
So because they released the first 3 like last week, and then the next one came this week. So and
they did three first, and now they're gonna do episode to episode.
Yeah.
And then pull you back. Yeah.
Now and see, for me, and when I'm reading fantasy, I always love it when they build those kind of economies and the system that you have to work around that, because like it really feels like a real place, even though you're in this sort of crazy fantasy setting. Right. And I even love the idea where they got this tip from whoever. And then, there was, because of where they're at, somebody's waiting for them already. And then this guy has to go see somebody. Even the scene in the bar where they try to cheat the guy out of the money. And then the bar owner, it's really, really,
it's good.
Really good. So It is like I didn't see the Mortal Engines movie because that trailer looked terrible with the walking
I saw the Mortal
cities.
Engines movie. It was trash. Continue.
So I hope it's not like that.
It was trash. Yeah, it was.
And,
YA trash. It really was.
And I Got Soul says if I could make a game to cartoon anime like Arcane, what would it be? His would be Metroid. Here's the thing, mine would be Everborn.
I was about to say you just like you just like called. What'd you say?
I'm sorry.
Quick question about Arcane, about that show. I haven't seen it, but it evokes vibes of the Blade Runner Black Lotus. Have y'all seen that? I haven't seen that. It's on my list.
But Blade Runner Black Lotus is like kind of future sci-fi, right?
Yeah, it doesn't.
Okay, yeah. The art style kind of had the same kind of.
When I tell you it's just like Dishonored and it feels like it's ripped from that world, you'll understand as soon as you see it.
I feel like that's why they called it Arcane.
Yeah, it's right? Like Arcane Studios did it.
So is Bethesda have a leg to stand on?
I don't know. You know what, King? We gotta look at the credits.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
could have lent a lot of art direction to him.
Yeah, indeed. Okay, it's definitely on my list. I just finished until next season, so I'll be watching that next.
All right.
Yeah,
so
my
now
wife wants to watch American Horror Story from the ones that we missed.
Oh my God! You know how far back you gotta go? How many? How many seasons did you see?
I stopped at the clowns at the circus.
Yeah, that's actually where I stopped too.
Oh no, actually, I'm lying. I stopped at the hotels. We finished the clowns in the circus, and we got to the hotels where they swallowed the dude up in the middle of the bed.
Yeah.
And it was like room 13 or 313 or something like that. Yeah. I stopped there, so I'm going.
Okay.
I'm going back
I saw Asylum. I saw the first one with the haunted house. I don't remember what that one was called. Yeah. I saw the ones with Angela Bassett.
Okay.
Now, when she first came in, which one was that? That was Coven. Coven was
I saw that Coven.
One. Then it was Hotel. I don't know if Hotel was before the circus.
No, it was Circus, then Hotel.
Okay, so I saw Circus, but I think I missed a few episodes, but I know how it started and how it ended.
Right.
And then Hotel is where I fell off as well. Yeah. But then whatever came out after that, I missed. And then I watched the election, the one that they did after the Trump election thing.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
That one was really good. And then I watched the where the world ended. You probably don't know this because you haven't been keeping up. But basically, Apocalypse is called.
Yeah, and they said it got really good.
Yeah, and there's like 1 or 2 more seasons after Apocalypse, so I kind of gotta go to different places and try to catch up.
Yeah,
the last one I saw was the election. That's it. I dropped off after that.
Yeah, I gotta talk to my boy. I gotta get the stars up because I gotta finish American Gods 2, and
I didn't start that. I really liked it. Well, okay,
I gotta watch Raising Kanan.
Hold on a minute. With American Gods, we need to talk about this for a second before.
Yes,
yeah, here we go.
If I have ever seen a simp like this dude from America, I don't know what happens in the next seasons, but my God,
season 1 and 2, right?
I only saw season 1.
Okay, season 2 is different.
Okay, so let's simp it.
He corrects your problem.
Okay, cool.
And I guess he was. I guess he was opposed to that because it changed, but it changes and somebody else starts simping for
her.
Yes.
God damn.
So Shadow Moon gets a bit more meat on his bones. Is what you're saying?
Yes, sir.
I just didn't want to see the black man go out like that. That's
all. Well, okay. So my problem with this is because after season 1, what they did to my boy Orlando Jones, it made it difficult for me to want to go and rewatch that. You know, because his monologue at the beginning spoke to me. Like the people who were chained in there, they spoke my language, literally my language. Yeah. They spoke Tree. So as he was speaking to them, I was hearing what they were saying, and Anansi is from my culture. So he really spoke, and then they kind of they ruined him. You know, they kind of messed him up. So it's made it difficult for me to go back. You know, but if it's good, I will check out season 2. It's on the list. It's just
season 2. All right, season 1 for me showed the hypocrisy in religion, right?
Oh, yeah.
And it shows what we walked away from and what's true, right? To the commercialized stuff. Season 2 leans heavily into the commercialization of religion and the dogma that we still stick with for reasons of unknown, but also how we start to worship other things that we don't think that we're worshiping. So I don't want to spoil it at that point because
no, that's good. Don't tell me no more because I'm gonna watch this. Can we just acknowledge how amazing Neil Gaiman is as a writer?
Oh yeah. Oh, he is phenomenal. Like phenomenal. There's just no, one of the best living writers alive. Like he's amazing.
And I had just come across him from comics, and then I read his Norse mythology.
Yeah.
And this is the only author that can narrate their own books, and it's like,
yes,
better than anybody you could hire to do it. Maybe only Roy Dotrice can narrate a book better than him. Roy Dotrice did the Game of Thrones stuff, but I think he passed away now. And he wouldn't have. And now someone else is going to have to do the Game of Thrones book because if they ever come out, because guess what? George R.R. Martin waited so long, knowing Roy Dotrice was in his 80s and then 90s. But anyway, I'm not gonna start on that. All right, listen, we're still waiting on our fourth co-host, Mr. Johnson. But what we are gonna do now is we're gonna move into a review of Red Notice.
Okay.
Let's go.
Now this was pulled as an audible. It wasn't supposed to be part of the show, but we're gonna talk about it.
Since we all saw it, why not?
Omaha. Omaha.
Who wants to go first?
I'll do it.
Go for it.
Hot trash. I mean, I'm gonna tell you how bad this movie is. It's so bad that I think Disney shot it, produced it, and sold it to Netflix because they didn't want to be associated.
They wanted to sabotage.
They wanted to sabotage on the screen. There's no way that movie had that level of guns, knives, sticks, bats, rocks, shattered glass bottles, forks, spoons, every sharp object that you can think of.
And nobody died.
Had it, prison scenes, everything, and not one person dies. Nobody catches blood on the screen. There is AK-47s. There is things being done. They actually throw people through glass and nobody gets up cut. This is I'm so fed up with this formula. This was the worst take. I think The Rock did this because I'm blaming Dwayne Johnson for this. It was just cheesy. You saw the double cross coming from a mile away. The movie was. It was just like a boxer that telegraphs his punches. The whole fight, I'm calling everything. The whole stupid movie, I'm calling everything. It's going to be a jab. He's going to step over. He's going to throw a left hook, and he's going to shoot it with the right hand. It's going to be a counter. Yeah, they're both going to knock each other. It was garbage.
Here's the thing. I don't think it's The Rock. I think it is the Ryan Reynolds template. All the jokes mixed with a little bit of action was all this little bit of a rendition of what Deadpool is, which was always made around who Ryan Reynolds is back from the days of Waiting.
What he did.
I was about to call Waiting. Right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, indeed.
But here's the thing. I say all of that, but I actually liked the movie. But I liked it for the same
for what it is.
Yes. I liked it the same way I like Snakes on.
Exactly. It was terrible. It is meant to be ridiculous.
Passes for this. There's the fraud alert must go on. There's no passes for this. There's no passes for this.
Well, but what did you go into this expecting? Like, this is supposed to be cheesy 90s B movie fare, and that's exactly what they give you.
But these dudes are AAA stars. Gal Gadot, Ryan
Okay,
Reynolds,
I wanna talk about
Dwayne
Gal.
Johnson.
I want to
Mhm,
talk
mhm.
about Gal Gadot for a minute.
Yeah.
If I did have a complaint with the movie, it would be Gal Gadot.
As would I.
I do not. I think that Patty Jenkins works with her really well to kind of build an entire movie around her. I
Around
do
her, yeah.
not think she has the charisma, and this is nothing to do with because she's a woman or whatever. I don't, as an actress, I don't think she has the charisma to play off of Ryan Reynolds and The Rock. I think there are many actresses who could, but I don't think this movie was suited to her skill set as an actress. A lot of it was designed around her kind of just reading a line and then looking at the camera and smiling. Right?
Yeah. It's a lot of just flat words on a page that you add your charisma to, and The Rock and Ryan Reynolds are all charisma all the time,
Right,
and she's
like-
just flat with it.
Right.
Yeah.
You know who could have, and this, hold on, this is gonna sound weird, right? Because I know it doesn't work for the look of what they were trying to go for. But if you look at the tone of that movie, the perfect person for Gal Gadot's role would be Melissa McCarthy. I'm not talking about.
No, I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. Somebody who has
the
that
level of comedy that could
Sure.
stand toe to toe with Ryan Reynolds and The Rock
Sure,
in terms of
but
personality.
she's losing
and
the
charisma.
cool. I hear you on the charisma, but she doesn't have the cool that's necessary for that. For this, she did not have the cool necessary.
I was cool with Gal Gadot, but they didn't. They didn't use her. She wasn't used as much. It was really Ryan Reynolds and The Rock mostly.
Yeah,
you know,
mostly.
You,
Yes.
Okay. If no one wants to go, because what I'm thinking of is I Spy. You know the movie that Melissa McCarthy did with Jason Statham?
I remember.
Yeah,
with The Rock in it as well.
That movie was amazing and hilarious, right?
Yeah.
It was better than this,
but she was in it more. Like you
No,
see the character, her character being that she is one part of the bishop and being there's two bishops on the chessboard. But you know, oh God, that was so telegraphed. I'm like, which bishop is she? The black one or the white one? You know, it's just and then exactly. Oh, it's two on the boy. I was like, oh. Giving me a headache. But
see, I honestly think, King, I think you came to this movie seeing star power and expecting more.
You know,
hold on a minute.
I came to the movie thinking HBO Max.
No,
and then seeing the wonderful Harder They Fall.
Oh, we're coming to that.
Netflix is coming back with another one, baby. I said, baby, get our popcorn ready. we had popcorn and champagne. All right, so we eating popcorn, drinking champagne. We were like, oh, this is hot trash, buddy. Like this was such coming from where you were. Like the Harder They Falls here, man, and you are scraping your stomach on the floor trying to get under the door. This is the absolute worst. I don't recommend it to anybody. Be honest with you, that's just me. I think Rotten Tomatoes should have definitely gave it 2 rotten eggs. It is absolutely terrible.
Okay, so
I wonder what it got.
One minute. I want to highlight this comment.
Yes, I see. Go ahead.
Let me correct that for you post haste. Gal Gadot cannot act, right? She can't. Point me to a movie where you're like that performance deserves an Oscar. Point me to one.
She's nice.
A scene.
She's nice though.
Fast and Furious.
She's nice.
I'm sorry, I couldn't keep it up.
Okay. She seems like a great person, but she cannot act, and she does not have the spunk and or charisma to stand next to those people. Now you know who does? Who could have done that?
Don't say
Florence Pugh.
Yeah,
she
okay.
Done it. You know who else could have done it? Who plays Harley Quinn in the movies? I can't remember her name. She also played.
No, I'm sorry.
I think she could have did it. Hold on, she is a serious actress.
She would have been nicely adequate. She doesn't.
The problem is, guys,
Yeah.
she was just the shoulder shawl. All right, she wasn't there for anything much
because she couldn't do anything much. That's
but
why.
I don't think none of her scenes call for anything. I mean, except for the action scenes, where she was very adequate in the action scenes, and I think that's exactly what they got her for. The fact that she can pull off those
Margot
kicks,
Robbie.
Yeah,
There you go,
Margot Robbie.
Yeah,
The fact that she can pull off those kicks, those flips, and those stuff like that. Not saying Margot can't, but she can. And I think the dark hair, dark eyes, smoldering stare type of look play to this. And also, it's not about what you know or how good you are, it's who you know and who she's with. All right. At the same time, you got to understand, I honestly believe this was really a Disney inside job type of thing. And The Rock is the fact that he's working with the Justice League in these movies. He, hey man, why don't we give her a shout out at this? And she is looked at as one of the top tier actresses on the WB type of scene over there with that stuff. So that's how she got in. It wasn't off her chop.
I think it's a payday for all three.
Yes, it was.
That's all it was. And it's almost like, you know, when they let like a video game talk. You know when they let video game cars in a game, but you're never allowed to crash it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. It has to look pristine at all angles at all times. That was this movie. None of them can ever get hurt. They're all shiny and perfect in all aspects. Okay, right?
But why don't we have this go in expecting every one of the Fast and Furious movies?
No, but here's my thing. The reason why I'm okay with it is I went in knowing what to expect. It was gonna be that empty, hollow, calories, dumb popcorn movie that means nothing, and that's what it was.
Yes. And I enjoyed it for that, and I laughed out loud many times out of the movie.
You know,
again, it was terrible. The twist was stupid. You saw it coming. It was
miles
cheesy,
away.
But it was the right kind of cheesy
Indeed,
for the Saturday night that I was having when I watched it.
Exactly. And you calling out Waiting, that is the most apt example. I was going to say exactly the same thing. Funny thing, you call out Waiting. It's like Ryan Reynolds has been playing this character for years, and people just finally caught on. It's the same dude in every movie, and then they gave him Deadpool, which literally is a comic book variation of that character. He just kept doing it here, you know. So you go in expecting what you expect, and you get it. But I do hear you. If you walked in, there you go. If you walked in saying, "Oh, these are the AAA, you know, high budget stars, we're gonna expect some magic," yeah, you'll be very, very
okay. Let me ask you a question. How would you compare this to The Hitman's Bodyguard? Because it was the same movie.
Yeah,
I didn't. What, the first one
or the second one? But specifically,
the second one was a little less than
the first one. Samuel Jackson is the reason. Like,
he elevates everything he's in. Yep.
Samuel Jackson, the reason why you there, to have him yell at this dude all the time, how incompetent he is.
You saying it was more Sam Jackson's charisma is better than The Rock's charisma to make this thing work?
Oh yeah, I don't really think The Rock is a good actor at all. Rock is cookie cutter, he plays the same thing, doing the same stuff in every same movie. He is the same person with a different name in every movie.
I mean,
no lies depicted.
He's the same.
Doesn't mean we don't appreciate it. Doesn't mean we don't like it. Now, I will push back a little bit. Early in his career, he used to flex his acting muscles a little bit.
Yeah. Driver? Was it Driver? No. Snitch. Snitch is the movie where he played the father of the
yes, and Gridiron Gang, and like he did a few things where he really like, hey, he's out there showing that he's more than just, you know, the muscle bound. But then he found his lane and he stuck in his lane.
Once he got the bag from Disney, he stays in his lane, his head screwed this way. He's same dude every film. Now I expect him to be exactly who I expect him to be. That same dude when you play Black Adam. I expect you to be the same person with a little less jokes in Black Adam. That's all. Jumanji. You are Jumanji. You are the same dude from Rampage. You are the same dude from the blowing up LA crap. You're the same dude in this movie. You are the same cookie cutter guy.
Haven't we said exactly the same thing about Ryan Reynolds 2 seconds ago?
Same people.
They find their lane. It's a good lane, and they stick to it because every time they hand them the bag, they don't expect you to open up and try something new. No. Do what you did then.
If they paying you $20+ million to do the same shit over and over again, you're gonna do the same thing.
That's fine for them, but as the audience, we don't gotta like it, even though
Eventually
we do like it. We love it.
That's what I was about to say.
To the tunes of billions of dollars.
No, I'm talking about us personally.
I'm just saying the collective moviegoers. If you add the dollars up, it makes sense.
Sure.
They're marketed properly.
That's it.
Okay. I do not have a problem with The Rock, and I think that The Rock is basically using his body that he has while he has it. And I think you'll see more range from him after he can no longer do
like
this kind
Arnold
of roles.
Schwarzenegger.
Well, we never saw that. He's still trying to.
Never saw.
No,
Batista?
the last one with his daughter that had that cancer.
Like Dave Batista.
Oh yeah. He's right.
I didn't see that one. I got.
That was a great film.
Yeah.
Great film. Yes, he's right. Great
very
film.
good.
High range on that one. Yes, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know who has been doing very good things in their post physicality career?
Ooh,
Jean-Claude Van Damme. It's going to require a lot of reading of subtitles, but that motherfucker's an actor.
I've seen a few of his stuff.
It's drugs.
Very good.
He ain't got enough money for good drugs now, so he's trying to get.
He's hungry again.
Get the good drugs.
Yeah. He's self-referential. He's very, very. He's doing good work these days. Yes, you're right. Absolutely right.
All right. So now that LeVar King watched America the Motion Picture.
What? Oh, the animated joint.
Yes.
Yeah.
How'd you like it?
I loved it.
That shit was entertaining.
I think it is absolutely amazing. The jokes was on point. The animations.
Oh my god, it worked so well.
Soundtrack is lit. Run the Jewels. Oh come on, man.
That was a great movie.
It's definitely
high quality entertainment. I recommend it.
Yes, it's definitely something to watch. You're not going to be disappointed. And if you're very astute and sharp, you're going to catch every joke when it's thrown.
I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, it's on the list for sure. I'm definitely gonna catch it.
Let's get into this stuff because my wife.
Yeah, man. Yeah. We got to do this. Okay. All right. Do we want to start with The Harder They Fall or Spider-Man?
We should start with The Harder They Fall because we shitted on it last week.
But Spider-Man is short.
Yeah, true.
Spider-Man is a trailer.
As long as we get to the meat and potatoes and give the movie the time that it deserves.
We and as we shall. Spider-Man, No Way Home trailer. I need conspiracy theories. I need what we thought about it. Who is going to take this one first? LeVar, we've been talking for an hour.
You go for it.
You go ahead.
You go, man.
Oh, you want me to come in hot? I'm still getting my cameras set up and all that shit.
Speak. We hear your voice, man. Speak. Go ahead.
Well, what I thought about it, it's like I feel that it's misdirection. I feel like there's still hope for Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire to be in it because, Marvel has this history of editing out characters or showing you scenes that aren't necessarily in the movie. And I saw some breakdown where they show when he's there swinging at Electro, the Lizard, and Sandman. And then you see the Lizard get hit, but he's not making contact with the Lizard. So that means they edited out whoever was hitting him. I'm not saying it could be anybody, or it could be 3 Tom Hollands. Who knows?
Well, let me take just a moment to piss on everybody's parade. I do not doubt that the scene looks like someone was digitally edited out of it, or it's all CG. So you just, that layer, you turn off visibility on that layer. However, there's one glaring omission of someone that we know is in this movie, but has not been in the trailer. And that is Venom. And I don't think Venom is going to be one of the Sinister Six because both of the movies. First of all, he's not one of the Sinister Six.
Did you see that edited trailer I sent to the group that had Venom in it?
I did not see that. I have to go look at it. So what I think is it is Venom that helps Spider-Man against the Sinister Six,
Mm.
and it is not.
I like that theory.
And that's who punches.
Maybe I'm
Lizard.
late to this a little. Let me ask a quick question. So, are we saying that there's still a universe in which Garfield and the rest do not show up in this movie?
That. I'm very much saying that. Yes.
I
I thought that was almost a foregone conclusion at this point.
I feel like
so many
short cameo, but
so many leaks, so much like it's been out there just because Feige and them
else
said
from
it,
those
but-
movies in it and not those two guys.
Yeah,
doesn't
I thought
make
it was a
sense.
foregone conclusion at this point, even though we
Well,
don't see in the trailer.
well,
True.
Tobey Maguire doesn't need the money. And he don't
Yeah,
give a
but
shit.
Tobey Maguire has not denied it at all.
They're all in the movie.
Now,
Yeah.
They've
it's
all
a
already been seen on
conclusion.
set. There's all
They've been seen on set. Yes. So that's why I'm like, huh? What question are we asking here? We've already seen this. Like, this is a thing.
They wouldn't put Venom there.
you
Because
don't think Venom's in the movie?
no. I mean,
Then why would they
maybe,
put
Did you see
Spider-Man in the Venom movie?
maybe in a cutscene at the end.
Yeah,
You know, because you're
but
setting
he's gonna
up.
be he's definitely
Doctor
going to be in it.
Strange. Yeah, you're setting up Doctor Strange stuff, and when he says all these people is coming in and I can't stop them, and the worlds are switching. Yeah, you get Venom at the end, like after Spider-Man think he wraps stuff up, and Venom's like, "What about me?" or whatever the hell. But personally, you're going to see Andrew Garfield. You're going to see Tobey Maguire, because these are the Spider-Man that they were trying to kill. Remember, Tom Holland didn't kill none of these people, right? And the one person that did die under his watch is Mysterio, and he's like, "Yo, I totally regret that." And those molten men that was being killed in the joint with Mysterio, those were like fake elements. They weren't real molten men. That wasn't the real molten man. So he didn't kill the Vulture. The Vulture's in jail. So Tom Holland is probably the only Spider-Man that likes to lock them up, you know, and likes to save them. So I can see why him and Doctor Strange is having the beef, because he's basically telling them, no, I'm not going to send them back to a place where they have to die. Why do they have to die? Type of thing. Why do they have to die under my name? I'm Spider-Man.
Because they died in their universes and their
Right.
Spider-Man killed them. So do you feel he's going to do it, or is he going to bring in the original Spider-Man?
I think he's going to be. I think he's going to be opposed to these Spider-Man, because these Spider-Man killed these villains.
Or
he's gonna
is
look
it
at them
Doc
as
Ock
the evil.
helping him fight the Sinister Six? Because
No.
it seems like Doc Ock is on his side.
Nope. Once Doc Ock gets that technology ripped from his body. Oh, okay. So the black suit is his nano suit, but the nanites ripped off.
I mean, the
Okay.
black suit is the magic suit.
No,
That's like
it's
Doctor Strange magic. And
well,
infused
no,
with it.
just the wrist gauntlets that he has on him. He's going to imbue them with wrist gauntlets that actually does the trapping of
magic.
of the invading entities, right? But the suit, when Dr. Octopus grabs Peter against the wall, the nanites, remember his arms are sentient. The nanites are sentient. When the arms talk to the nanites, he absorbs them and take it off of him. So he's left with that black suit. When you see the black suit in real high definition detail, it's that his suit without the nanites. That's
Okay.
exactly what it is.
Now. Okay. Let me ask you another question. Right.
Mhm.
Is there any world? First of all, the idea that this is leading to a Secret Wars, the newer one, is like, you know, I don't see how they're not leading towards a Secret Wars, right? And this is I think it's like
the TV
2015 that this came out.
Yeah,
Where
they've already
this is-
announced it, right?
They already announced the TV show.
Yeah.
Secret Wars? No, they didn't.
Secret Wars. Yes, it did.
They didn't announce Secret Wars. No, they
Yes,
did not.
They did so okay.
Send
They
me the link.
announced-
Send me the link.
I'll show you. You don't remember when she
that up with
stepped out the
paperwork.
car?
When who stepped out
I'll
the
send
car?
it to you. And you're
No,
gonna be
this
like, oh my
because
God.
I'm not talking
Just follow
about.
the link.
Yeah,
No.
it's a TV show. It's a streaming TV show.
No, you are thinking about Secret Invasion.
Oh no, Secret
No.
Invasion. My bad. Sorry.
No, he's
Secret-
talking about Secret Wars.
No, I'm
Our
talking about
first
Secret
look
Invasion. Yeah.
our first look at Nick Fury in Secret Wars series starring.
Okay, send me that
Jackson.
link.
It says it right there. I will
Okay,
send
so
you
I need the link.
It's a tweet, but still, it's from an official source with the picture.
Yeah, they made a mistake.
Yeah.
I think it's
I'll
Secret
find you more.
Invasion. Is the Secret Invasion?
The
with-
Sacred
with-
Invasion, because that's the
Yeah.
one
The Secret
Monica
Invasion?
Rambeau is
Okay.
going to be in, and it's
Yeah,
with the
okay.
Krulls or Skrulls. I mean.
Yes,
Scrolls,
yes,
yeah.
with the scrolls. Yes.
That's
Hold on,
Secret
hold on.
Invasions, which is different from Secret Wars.
Oh yeah, see, so that's why that mistake is being made. I hear you. Okay.
So, but Secret Wars, the newer one, because there's an old one from like
There's
the
an old
90s.
version.
But
That's the one I love.
the newer one is where all the different timelines were folding in on each other, and then because in
That's when they had the
Miles
Ultimate
Morales
Worlds.
timeline,
Yeah, and they collided. Yeah.
right, and so Miles Morales got to meet Peter from the Ultimates universe,
From
got to meet
616.
Peter from 616,
Yeah.
and they kind of, and then
Because his Peter.
Dr. Doom had his whole like battle planet where he was kind of raising Reed Richards' kids and things like that.
Well, you talking about after the worlds collided and Dr.
Yeah.
Doom stole the Beyond the Power for himself, and he became God Emperor Doom, which is sitting right up there.
Yes,
Um,
right, and that's when Black Panther was King of the Dead,
Yes,
right?
because he didn't leave and he let Shuri become the mantle of the Black Panther.
Right. So this is why I think all of this is what they're leading to, and it leads into the Loki series. And I don't remember how Kang played into that.
He didn't.
Okay, that's why I don't remember how he played into it. But so
And you get Maestro Hulk, and you get
Yeah.
Battle World, and you can get the Thor corpse. You can get a lot of stuff out of that, and I think they're going to lean heavy into that because we always felt the MCU was a variation of the Ultimate Universe.
right now, one thing I do want to ask, right?
Yes,
I see the Maestro. Is this
For a
a
hot
way? Is
Uh-huh.
this a way for them to bring back the other franchises and still have these characters that were killed off by Sam Raimi and whoever directed the Amazing Spider-Man,
Oh, they are.
right? And because if you want to bring back a Spider-Man universe with those characters, all the good villains are dead.
Mhm.
Right, so you got to bring them back, and you can use this to bring them back. So maybe by the end of this, all of those villains go back to their universes, and Sony can play with them,
Yeah.
to do their thing. But
Question for you guys.
yes,
What do you think of Electro? Of the
I like
variation
the
of
design.
Electro?
comics
Like how it-
accurate,
Comic accurate, kind of.
light
light
Yeah,
bulbs
the
on
light
the
bulbs
head.
are comics accurate, yes. But what do you think? I know you have a question. You
Better
have
than the
thoughts,
original
King.
take. I'll tell you that much.
All right, that's when he got okay. So in the books, remember his suit was electro
Yellow?
enhanced, right? The suit had the wiring inside. Okay, so it really wasn't the person, it was really a suit, and the suit was the conductor of the electro. What happened was they overboosted the suit and he got electrocuted, and then the powers became innate with him when they retconned his back history. Remember, that's the James Jonah Jameson product again. So does James Jonah Jameson, because I saw him smiling in one scene, does he give excuse me, Electro that harness that allows him to harness different energy, because no longer is it blue, it's yellow like the comic books. And then when he charges up, you see the arc, the starfish arc around his head, like the classic Electro, because they're leaning heavily, because the first Electro that they showed was from the Ultimate Universe, where it was cool that he could be a black guy, even though in the Ultimate Universe he was white. But if Jamie Foxx is playing him and he's that blue color, you can play off of that. It was fine. It was admissible in there. Usually, I don't like them to change ethnicities when it comes to those characters. I want them to keep them pure. But again, the history of the Marvel Universe, a lot of the characters were Caucasian, so they wanted to change the diversity of it. I get it. It looks great. it looks like they're fixing a lot of things. They fixed the Green Goblin suit, that it doesn't look like more of a metal it's like it would look like a clown suit in the first one, right? And they kind of fixed it up, William Dafoe's suit. And then you saw Harry when he came out in the cloud. He was throwing the pumpkin bombs and the blades.
Mhm.
They show
Was
with
that
the
Harry?
hoodie on. Yeah,
Because I heard a theory that it's Ned.
Is who?
That it's Ned.
Ned.
No. I believe Ned Leeds turns into the Hobgoblin. I think that happens at a cutscene at the end, though, when they show. Remember, is a scene that they show, and they just do it very quickly, and they show these little lights for Halloween time, and it had a little vampire teeth like that or whatever. For some reason, I thought about the Hobgoblin automatically when I saw that, but the scene right before they show that, and is a trailer, they show Ned, and it looked like Ned looks up at it, and then we see that, and I think he's remorseful for what happens, or he probably goes crazy for what happens with Mary Jane.
Yeah,
Right?
do you think MJ dies in the movie?
I think so. I don't think he saves her, because or do
you think Andrew Garfield saves her to avenge what happened with his girlfriend?
No, I think she has to die to bring gravitas to this film so he can be totally alone. I think he has to be totally alone, and he can make the deal with the devil with Mephisto.
You think
to bring her
Zendaya
back.
is going she's gonna bite it?
Zendaya gonna die. Yes, she deserves to die.
Hold on a minute.
And I hope
but
she burns.
wait a minute. Is woke Marvel going to kill
only
the
black
woman
character.
in order to just prove a point to the man?
Yeah.
This is the same Marvel that doesn't want to use X-Men, so they got to call them mutants or X people.
Well, it was something that they couldn't use in there. That's why they had to do it. But the reason why I say that's going to happen, right? It's verbiage that's used when they say you can't save everyone. A lot of people are thinking that you can't save these villains that were already dead. I think he goes crazy because he's trying to get her back.
Okay.
She's dead. And she probably dies in another world, in another universe.
Okay.
Ned is the reason why she falls off. If you look, she's up on a scaffolding with Ned. And he probably told Ned, look after her. I'll be right back. That's on the Statue of Liberty with the Captain America shield. The Captain America shield starts to fall, and she goes to fall over the edge, and Ned goes to reach out for her, and he's not fast enough. And Tom jumps off the edge to go after Peter, jumps off the edge to go after, and he's trying to be the fast, just the same exact way. A heroine has to die in order to prove a point to Spider-Man. Spider-Man only ever learns from complete tragedy. So when we didn't see Uncle Ben die, they didn't do that. They got to kill somebody in this Spider-Man universe in order for him to actually understand with great power comes great responsibility.
I'm watching the trailer while y'all talking, by the way.
They're gonna,
Yeah,
I feel
was
like
watching.
they're gonna mirror a whole bunch of scenes from all the prior Spider-Man movies, like shot for shot.
Yeah,
but just with Tom Holland.
Tom Holland. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Now let me ask you a question. Talk to me about the fight that he has to have with Doctor Strange, and how do they resolve that fight?
That's
because it seems like Strange wouldn't leave something like that alone.
He snatched that box.
What do you think happens when he body snatched him, or knocked his soul out of his body? What happens then?
Oh, when he did that, what he did with the Hulk? I mean,
yeah, what the Ancient One did to Banner, or what the Ancient One did to Doctor Strange.
I don't know. I can't wait to see it. I don't know.
Now, can this movie be the first $1 billion movie post-COVID?
Yeah.
I think it could be. I think the hype is very real for this one. I definitely see it outperforming Eternals, whatever that's on track to do.
Well, the highest grossing right now is Fast and the Furious at 700 and whatever million.
They can say whatever they want to say. They're gonna do another one, baby.
They're going to the moon this time. Go to space.
Mars.
You think, not to even get sidetracked, but you think The Rock is gonna do that shit with him trying to little bro him?
Well, he is older
well,
now.
it seemed like he was begging.
He
was like, "Come on, you
He
my
is
little
begging.
bro, my little son, bro. Come on,
Yeah,
son.
but he's begging. He is
I
begging.
didn't put you in this movie."
And the man,
I bet Universal.
The man had to bring up the name of Paul Walker too.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, man.
I bet Universal's like, yo,
Like his
your
family,
time is
bro.
running out. We need Hobbs.
And I
You
thought
better
they
get him on
approved, like,
board.
3 more movies or some shit like that. So why is he saying the final one?
Never know.
No, that's weird because they're putting it into 2 movies as far as I understand.
Yeah, but back to
So it's gonna
Spider-Man.
be part 1,
Yeah.
part 2. Okay.
And so we can get to the heart of their fall.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, let's get to it.
Yeah, so I think we are not sure on whether who do you call is in it now? Is the Vulture in it?
Yes,
Of
definitely.
course.
100%.
Didn't we see a picture of that? Didn't we see?
I think
any
I
video
saw a
of that?
picture of him. Like for a split second,
Yeah.
I think I saw him in it.
Okay,
Of
now
course.
I'm watching the trailer on.
I know the
don't see
Vulture
him
is
here.
definitely in.
All right, so-
this shit,
so-
Morbius.
Yeah.
Now, I think Venom is.
I
going
feel
to
like
come
Morbius
in.
might show up in this movie in an after
No.
credit scene.
No.
Nah, I think I don't.
If
I
they
think
showed freaking the Vulture in the Morbius movie, they showed a picture of Spider-Man on the freaking wall, and they showed Spider-Man in the Venom movie. You really don't think that they're gonna, sew that needle or thread that needle with Morbius, and just in him in an emergency room or some shit, and this is before he turns to Morbius, just to tie it together.
I think this Morbius film is before this that's happening now.
I feel like they might
okay.
interact in the after credit
Well,
scene.
no, but it feels like it's all happening at once. Okay, so I do want to move on though, but like I said, I don't know if we're going to get Tom Holland and Andrew Garfield.
I
If we
will.
do-
I
bet,
think we are.
I will
I'm
bet
willing to
a
bet on
bend the knee with you if you choose to play that game with me, sir.
No,
Great.
because I'm
I
only.
agree.
There's
I'm
no
only
way you're going to bring back
70%
everybody
sure.
from all the other movies and not bring back those 2.
Okay,
Even
first
if
of all, hold
the,
on a minute.
credits-
Hold on a minute. Hold
the
on a minute,
after credit scene
everybody.
where they point at each other for the meme shits.
Yeah.
Hold on, everybody. I want to shout out to that guy Smitty for bringing up Paul Giamatti's Rhino.
No, we
I
don't.
need that Russian Rhino to be in this movie.
I feel like they're
Yeah,
bringing him back,
Amazing
but telling him
Spider-Man
drop the
2.
accent, just like Natasha. I mean, not freaking what you call it? What's her name? Scarlet Witch. How she dropped the accents. I feel like he drops it, and he just talks normal.
Okay, it's time, folks.
Just like how they fixed Jamie Foxx's hair, and he don't got the gap teeth no more.
And he doesn't
Just
sound
feel like all the
stupid.
goofy shit. We keep the actor, but drop the goofy shit. It's like y'all are award-winning actors. Give us that level of shit.
Okay, so it is time, people. The moment you've all been waiting for. Our deep dive into The Harder They Fall.
One and all.
Now, who
Have
wants
any
to
of
start
y'all
off? You know what? I'm
seen
not even asking who wants to
The
start.
Harder They
King,
Come.
Yes, sir.
The Harder They Come is Jimmy Cliff
I know, but I'm saying, have any of y'all seen that?
a long time ago.
Back
I
when
know
I
you
was
seen
running
I'm
around
single
with
digits. Yeah, I must have been single digits when I saw that one. Like, it's been a minute.
diapers.
When he cut out his boss's eyes with a knife, I remember that scene. That shit was haunting me as a kid.
It was
Why are you
one of
watching
the
that as a
best
kid? Like,
blaxploitation films.
Hey man, it was a Jamaican movie. My parents
Exactly.
was into shit
True,
like that.
true.
That was the biggest
True.
thing.
That was
going
like the
on.
first
That's
time.
when Shotters. When Shotters hit, that was on everybody's house.
All right. So, King, I want you to start us off. I'm putting together some pictures to show that all of these characters in this movie were based
Oh,
on
really?
real
Exist.
people.
Yes.
But the
yes.
movie is hella fake. None of that
Yes.
could happen.
Yeah. Of
Oh
course.
yeah, but the way they stitched them together to make them their stories kind of intersect. It's an Elseworlds type of tale.
Exactly.
But hey, it's no different than American history. You know how they tell fairy tales about all these motherfuckers?
I will not disagree, but
The-
continue.
Big facts, bro.
All right, so
All that shit is a lie about George Washington. I cannot tell a lie. Chop down a cherry tree and all this freaking other stupid shit.
all right. So
Columbus discovered America.
when we get to
Sure.
the house,
America
right? We
Vespucci,
get to
but
the
okay,
house,
continue.
and they're sitting there, and they're eating, and you can pretty much tell that something's gonna happen in this scene. And the loving father, who's a pastor, is talking to his wife and his son, and sit down, and all this great stuff. Like a stern father would, a loving stern father, a loving wife. And then the devil walks in
Getting the
with his
twist.
compadre, and he's like, "Nah, man."
He's like, oh, you thought shit was sweet, huh?
He's like, "Leave them out of it. Just leave them out of it." And he chose to do what he did at that scene, and you thought at that scene right there, because you didn't get to see Eldridge's face, but you thought in that scene that he was the devil. You thought in that moment what the travesty that he was committing to that man and that family, what could he possibly have done that he could not just walk away from leaving this man's family alone and just taking him outside and just killing him off?
To interject real quick, when I saw that, I was just there like, whatever he did, he must have deserved it. Because ain't no way he gonna come in there and do that shit if this man didn't do some shit. Either he snitched on him and got him locked up, or it's just like they robbed the bank together and this nigga ran off with his take or something like that. But I was just like,
well,
whatever
I'm gonna tell you what I
got
thought.
that shit coming.
I thought I got the impression that he double crossed him and sent him to jail, but I also got the impression at the beginning is that he killed this guy's family.
Yes.
Right.
Mhm.
And so he's like, I am righting this wrong that you did. But we find out at the end how
Don't tell it. Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it just yet.
At this point, you knew what he was doing. The travesty that he was committing was personal.
yes.
It was so personal when he carves the cross in a little boy's head. Like how vicious is this psychopath at this moment in time? Like what's going on here? And then that scene, leaves out, and then you get the church scene with Love in the church with the same dude with the scorpion on his hand. And it's
I love
setting
that
up.
scene, that transition from the one thing to the other.
Yes.
It's like when I seen him carve the cross on his head, it's like I knew he was doing it so that he would, when he saw him again, he knew he would come back to him, or just they're like, I expect you to seek your revenge. This is gonna make you a man.
Yeah.
It's just like I see you when you grow up, but I didn't know what the twist was gonna be. Not just yet.
What's funny is when he told the pastor, hand the body in is worth $5,000, and he said, why don't you hand it in? He said, because I'm worth 2 times that.
Yeah, he's like,
Yeah,
I'm
he said,
worth
I'm
like
worth
20 or
10.
some shit like
I'm
that.
worth 10. And I'm like, oh.
Like this nigga's gangster.
Oh. And at no point in time right now did any of the beats kick in. It just was mellow little Western sounds.
My guns go bang. The
But
soundtrack
then
was amazing, by the way.
Yes,
when
yes,
they
very much
going
The
to
music very much worked.
it
And
works
they didn't say
perfectly.
nigga not once in the movie. Amazing.
Oh, they did.
so. They tried to.
They did.
They made a big thing about that the director said he didn't want the word used in the movie.
Yeah.
I read articles about it that they didn't
And he
use
was
the
like,
word.
I mean, well, it was
They
insinuated.
cursed him
that it
and other
almost
stuff
came
like
out.
that, but he was big on not using the N-word in the movie.
Yeah. I love the music doesn't kick in until his posse is there and they're heading out to go get him off of the train. But the other scene when we get my boy Mr. Quick.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
Quick
with
didn't
the
deserve
blam
what was coming.
Yeah, Quick with the blam blams.
With the blam blam.
And,
You know,
and
you
he-
want to hear
Looking
something
forward
funny?
to it too.
That the quick dude,
Yeah.
In real life, he was he was the oldest one. He lived the longest out of all.
He had the
Oh,
best-
you talking about, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, here goes the pictures.
Yeah.
Yes.
Idris Elba was the youngest. His character was 18 when he died.
Buck.
Yeah. Young Buck, what they called him.
Yeah. He was hanged at 18.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Him and his whole crew.
The Rufus Buck gang.
Right. So okay. How would you rate this in terms of modern westerns?
I think it's the greatest that I've seen in the last 20 years.
Now,
It's
when
right
you
up there with
say that,
Django Unchained.
right? So that includes it
includes
Django.
Django Unchained. It includes the
Hateful
Mission
Eight.
Impossible. Shoot 'em up. Shout out to
Yeah.
Mario Van Peebles.
Yeah.
So Hateful Eight. You also include that.
Yeah.
Still, the greatest Western to me of my era, of my lifetime that I've ever seen was probably what's this shit, Tombstone,
See, and
with Val Kilmer.
that's what I'm gonna tell you why I felt this was better than Tombstone.
I'll be a Huckleberry.
See, I thought the Tombstone was good in telling Caucasian story, right?
Right.
It's very much similar how they told like a made up story about characters that exist in a made up.
Wyatt Earp and
like all
Wild
the
Bill Hiccup
great
and these
whites,
dudes.
Cowboys.
Right. I'm not saying that you have a certain pride in that. There's a certain pride in watching a Western, and if you're related to Wild Bill Hiccup, or you're related to Wyatt Earp, or you're related to these characters in this film, there's a certain pride in there. In this film, there's a certain pride in knowing that these African American heroes or villains, there's a certain pride in that. That they were badasses in their time.
They were anti-heroes.
Some of them was actually heroes. They were just portrayed differently in this film for narrative sake. But a lot of these characters here weren't exactly what they were depicted in this film in real life. But I say this to say that we grew up. I grew up liking the Lone Ranger. I grew up liking Clint Eastwood. I grew up
the bad and the ugly.
Yes, these
man
movies,
with no name.
But now there's a kid that will see this, and this will be his reference point for Westerns. Him or her, right? Yeah. This is going to be their reference point, and what a beautiful reference point. But the music didn't cheap out either, because the music kept it grounded in our culture, because our culture was so prevalent in the music and the visualizations. The visualizations is so strong in this film. When you went to the Caucasian town, it was bland. It was without flavor. It did not have
mayonnaise.
Exactly. Exactly. And they didn't play off it. They showed it to its strength, to its core, right? So when you went to the black town, the white town, they had their bread. Everybody was doing how they were supposed to do. The town was crispy clean, not a speck of black there. When they walked in the bank, they laughed at them. You must be at the wrong bank. And you don't understand what the visualization means to a kid that is seeing this, because I go in with kid eyes. I go in with child eyes. I go in when child is, to hear and see what a child would see and how they would feel with this film going forward. Then my adult self analyzes it and dissects it, and then I can regurgitate what I feel that the film makes the kid feel, right? If I'm a child and I put Tombstone against this, my pride is going to take over, and I'm going to put this head and shoulders above Tombstone. Musical wise,
I feel you on that.
Visualizations wise, characters. I mean, you had two characters that you probably.
You want to know why I wouldn't agree with you? I'm gonna tell you one reason, one glaring reason, and Steven knows the reason why. Tell them the reason why, Steve.
No, you go ahead.
Regina King's accents.
Oh, don't get me started.
I was
on
waiting
that.
for that to come up. I was waiting for that to come up.
No. You know what?
He fucked up the
I'll tell
whole
you.
movie with that shit, bro.
I was out of it for a second. Because I knew I was like, I've seen Jonathan Majors in a Western before.
Right.
And I didn't know where. He did the movie Hostiles with Christian Bale, which was my favorite Western since 3:10 to Yuma. Right? I don't know if you guys seen Hostile.
I probably did.
It is like, it's serious, but it's like hard nose. It's like a hard nosed Western, like 3:10 to Yuma. It's not like a stylized, or they kind of try to show you the West for what it probably was like, which is like really depressing.
Yeah.
and
2017 movie.
What'd you say?
2017 movie.
Yep.
No, I see.
If you haven't seen that, you should check it out. But it's not all about these stylized characters. It is like a hard look at what it was to hunt Native Americans in their own land.
Hot take. I feel like the weakest links in the movie were Regina King and Zazie Beetz, but Regina King even more so than Zazie Beetz because of stupid voice.
Oh yeah. I'm. Don't worry. The
Not to
Regina
sound
King
like
smoke
a
is coming.
He-Man woman hater or no shit like that. This is just facts. You know,
I thought
it's just my opinion.
I thought
should
what
say.
they stood for meant more.
I like
than-
the characters in general,
Yeah.
whatever, but their portrayals and what they did with it,
Yeah.
with the material, I felt like they could have done better. I feel like it wasn't their strongest performances, either one of them.
I honestly thought.
And both of them, I have seen things that I've liked both of them in. You know, so I know they can do better. Regina, it was mainly that accent. If she had to just talk in her normal voice,
She
it would have been
sounded
better.
like Huey. I feel
I like that voice.
I feel they took the material that was given and they moved in that range because they gave him direction. Regina, her loyalty wasn't to Buck. Her loyalty was to Buck's vision for the town. And she made that very clear. They understood exactly where they were right there because there wasn't really no love there. She knew that he was a tool to be used to get to where she expected the Black revolution to be.
Yeah, because there was a lot of black towns that white people bought out or demolished or just
Right.
burnt down and whatever. And like he was trying to make that a thriving town.
So,
By any means necessary, you know.
and he was going to be able to achieve this because he had the vision, and she knew that he was the steam train that can get it through. You know, Love's and Zazie's thing was about love, but she understood that he was consumed with this passion to kill this dude who had killed his family, and as long as this guy walked the earth, she would never find peace because he would never lay his head down and rest.
You killed my father. Prepare to die.
Okay, so all right, I'm back. Sorry.
Yeah.
Had to deal with the dogs really quick. Okay, so here's the thing.
Right.
Shout out to Princess Bride.
I love the movie. There was so much style and class and respect attached to it, and it speaks to the erasure of the black cowboy.
Mhm.
Right? When you are
very
growing
true.
up, when you think of a cowboy, you think of Clint Eastwood,
Mm-hmm.
right? You don't
Yep.
obviously
Got
there are people-
Poncho, the squinty
Right.
eyes, the toothpick.
right? All of that. You think of all of those westerns where we were erased. And again, what does the western in America
The first
signify?
cowboys wore black, and you know they erase our history. So it is very important for movies like this to exist. it's not Black history, it's American history, and they try to diminish our role in it. So
Right.
this film is very necessary.
And the man of the law, or the man against the system, or the man who stands up, right? The man who protects the weak from the lawless, right? The man who ruthlessly brings justice, right? That is not something, obviously, that is not something that is portrayed with our faces in the media that has been released up to now and all this time. And again, the most well-known cowboy, so to speak, is the Lone Ranger, right?
Yep.
Who is based on
I was
Bass
about to get there.
who was played by the amazing Delroy Lindo. So another fun fact about this, do you guys remember the movie that Spike Lee directed for Netflix? It
Five
was
Bloods?
The Five Bloods, yes.
Yes, sir.
One of Chadwick Boseman's last films.
Yes, sir.
He deserved an Oscar for that performance.
Yes,
Delroy
he did. A fun fact, that was his role was supposed to be played by Sam Jackson, and one of the other roles was supposed to be played by Denzel Washington. But the timing didn't work out, and I think what they ended up with was nothing short of amazing, right?
And even your boy was also in the
well, that's the point I'm coming to.
I feel that Bass Reeves needs his own movie.
Yes, his
like a real crazy movie, not this made up script that they did. Not that this wasn't a great film, but I want the real story. Bass Reeves.
Do you know that he was tasked, Bass Reeves, with bringing in his own son because his son killed his wife?
Yeah,
that in itself is a movie right there, and that really happened.
That should be like the end of the movie. Like he's there on this great career, being the Lone Ranger and becoming the fabled guy, and then like one of his last, like he has to do that, and and how that tells him.
Now, for me, that's the whole movie.
Yeah.
Right. But and he would bring people in, white, black, whoever. Right. When he said, "I am the law," that's what it was like. So, like I said, Delroy Lindo played Jonathan Major's father in The Five Bloods, right? And then they now they were Bass Reeves and Nat Love in this movie, and go ahead.
To piggyback off that, if anybody watched the other movie that what's his name, the director of this film directed. In that film, it had Michael K. Williams in it, and he played
Seal's brother. You mean?
Huh? Yeah.
Seal's brother. You mean?
Omar from The Wire. He was in it, and he played the character that this guy. What's his name? The dude who plays Kang.
Jonathan Majors.
What's the character he plays in this movie again?
Nat Love.
Yes, Nat Love. Michael K. Williams played Nat Love in the other movie that the director directed the last time. And now, Kang plays him. It's like 6 degrees of separation.
Yeah, like I said, you really, if you haven't already, you should really watch Hostiles. It is one of Jonathan Major's first large roles. He was also in White Boy Rick, where he played a very convincing gangster. I gotta say, man, I'm wondering if Jonathan Majors could be maybe the Denzel of a new generation.
About to say that.
Not yet.
I feel like him, Keith Stanfield, or whatever his name is.
Keith Stanfield?
Yeah.
Keith Stanfield.
Them and the other dude that was in that movie with Lakeith Stanfield, where he played the Black Panther guy. Three, Daniel Kaluuya.
Oh, you're talking,
Daniel Kaluuya or whatever.
We'll see with them.
Those three are the Denzels of this generation.
Well, okay, you know what? I'm not even gonna.
I think Denzel's son needs mention.
Yep.
You see,
He
He got a lot of work to do to get out of his
John
father's
David
title.
Washington. You
I
talking
feel like
about?
that his father being Denzel hurts him.
I don't, because
I mean, he's proven himself.
his chops
and
is crazy.
Yes.
So
And-
here's the thing. Go ahead, King. Make your
I would-
point, and then I want to say
I would-
something
I would
about
put him up-
John David Washington.
I would put him up against everyone here, because I thought Chadwick was leading the pack of the new black actor, right?
Right.
He was
And,
the new Denzel.
unceremoniously got unseated for whatever reason, right? Boy, be careful what I say. Unceremoniously got unseated, and now you look over at the field of black actors, young black actors that are actually out here trying to grab the reins. I believe Denzel's son, and people will overlook it because they will feel like, Denzel, his name carries weight. He did all that behind his daddy back without his daddy's help, without any thought of it. And then when they found out that it was his son, people started taking a little bit of extra notice. But his accolades that he got was really of his own doing, and
He was great on that show with The Rock.
his style is really
Well, yeah,
really
you can
unique
see
and
the innate. You
different.
can see the innate his father's style
So
in him.
I-
His father's swagger is in him. You can just see it.
King.
You just hate the show, the movie he was in, the big movie he was in. So it makes him null for you.
It's not that. It's
Tenet.
Tenet, there you go. Yeah.
I actually need to watch that again because
Yes.
I don't know if it was just poorly
That
edited.
That movie
or-
requires multiple viewing.
I don't know
It
if
requires
it-
multiple viewing.
I don't know if I was not smart enough to get it or it was trying to be too smart
Confusing?
for its own good.
I think
Part
it
two,
was-
yes. It's
I
trying to
think
be
it's
too smart for its own good.
Its own good.
Yeah.
Right.
But if you watch
So-
it multiple times, you start getting it starts coming together for you. I've seen it
Now-
multiple
now-
times.
now
It's
here's the
better
thing.
now that I've seen it multiple times.
John David Washington,
Mm.
the best thing I've seen him in my opinion, is
Black
that
Klansman?
show with The Rock.
Okay.
Right?
Mhm.
I do not believe his range, and I want to correct something. I said that Jonathan Majors might be the new Denzel. I want to correct that.
He's the
I
first
think-
Jonathan Majors.
No. I want to say perhaps he's the next Sidney Poitier. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
That's the
That's more of-
vibes I
that's
get.
more of an
Watch him
apt-
in an
yeah.
interview, right?
Mhm.
But I think he look, and I'm gonna say something that's gonna maybe get me in trouble. Why I love the it is
Both
like
is blasphemy.
his level of project choice is so strong and it shows the range. But why I respect this man as an actor is we ain't seen this motherfucker in a dress yet.
Give it time.
Yeah,
No, and let's pick that apart a little bit. As to
please.
say that you've seen others in a dress, like
They
others of his
always
ilk.
put black men in a dress in their career. You go around, you're gonna
Okay.
find a guy
Image of it.
Eldris.
yes.
You've never seen Idris Elba
I've
in a
never
dress.
seen-
What's wrong with you?
I've never seen Denzel in a dress.
Okay,
I've
but
never seen
these are the great ones.
No,
Right?
Has
it's
Will
not
Smith
that.
worn a dress? I mean, Will Smith has his leg behind his head.
Okay,
and,
exactly.
getting plowed.
That is a proverbial dress.
Why are we overlooking Eldris as the next Denzel?
He could be. Absolutely. We're not.
Honestly, going back to this movie, I heard a criticism from people that said Eldris.
When was the last
would
time
have been-
Idris did a serious movie?
What do you- he does
Eldris-
serious movies
Besides
all
this
the
no, he
time.
did. You're not gonna just walk past the wire and not.
I mean, that
know-
was forever ago, though.
and
Okay,
not
what about
know-
Luther?
That's old shit.
But it's
What
not
about
old
Lucy?
shit when
Watch
when
Rise of
Stringer,
Album.
it's not old shit when Stringer Bell actually comes in with a British accent. His British accent is hard as hell, and he comes in there and he wins that role playing a urban Boston dude.
I never knew. Like when I heard the British accent, it blew my mind.
Whatchamacallit dude. Yeah, because
when I first heard him talk regular, I was like, get the fuck out of here.
When you hear him tell a story,
you'll be surprised to hear he speaks my language. He's Ghanaian.
Yeah. When you hear him tell a story on how he got the job at Stringer Bell, he had to fool these dudes to tell him that he was from Brooklyn like he's from New York.
Yeah.
And
he was believable.
Yeah, he's so believable. His range is incredible. His range is absolutely incredible.
Was so crazy. He was one of the best actors on that show.
Back to this.
Hear him rap.
Back to this.
He can rap too.
He's pretty decent at that.
Back to the scene when they go into the train car and they're going through the train, and we get a chance to see who Cherokee Bill is, and all of these wonderful entourage that's going to break out the boss. And they get to the boss. They actually get there. We already know the scene that gets up to him and how cold-blooded Cherokee is and how Gertrude is to get to him, because nothing and no one and nothing was going to stop them from opening up that door to get him out. But when he stepped out, this is one of the scenes, the reason why I said this totally eclipses Tombstone, because without a word, but with just the direction of the director, the air told a story. He stepped out and the world shook. The air trembled because the devil.
They said they used CG in that level. What you're talking about there?
Yes.
When he opened the door, they used CG to broaden. It's like it went from a train to a whole room.
It is every scene he was in. It was more than words. He could just look at somebody, and he really was like the devil, right? He really was like
he wasn't.
He has presence.
No. When I say
that's what I'm saying. Like
it's a perception that others had, but even though he wasn't that. Yes, that's right.
The way it was shot, it was like it made him seem like he was a giant. Like
yes,
right. He was.
He exuded.
You know what he was?
You know
what
power.
he was? The best way to call it, he was a force of nature.
Yes.
Right. And the craziest thing is, his cause was just.
Yeah.
Right. And those are the best face-offs that you have, because guess what? Nat Love, Jonathan Majors' cause was just as well. It was revenge. But anybody is gonna want to get that revenge.
Misguided revenge.
Yes. And I would say, because we're getting up to it.
How misguided was his revenge, though?
I feel like I was mad at him when he took his revenge, yo. I was like, you should have done that. After he told you what it was, you should look at him different. You should look at your pops different. And he already gone.
But he killed his mother also.
That's right. And cut and scarred you for, like, I mean, even throughout the movie.
But
doesn't matter throughout the movie.
Why does my mother have to die?
His mother.
Okay, but why does my mother have to die for that?
Because if you killed my mother in front of me and left me to die, and then you just gonna pick up and have another family, the nerve of your mother, it just was right to do what he did.
Okay,
it was fucked up.
Okay. Listen to what you're saying.
But he just wanted to die.
Okay, again, listen to the bullshit you're saying right now. Because King, can you put up the throttle alert real quick? Can you put up the throttle alert?
Oh, I got you.
Please. Now, tell me if because of something our father did, somebody came in and killed our mother right in front of us.
You'd be okay with that?
You would just be like, you know what, you're right, because my dad was fucked up.
But that is his brother, though.
Okay, let's say Robert did it. You gonna be like, Robert, cool? Kill mommy? Because Pop's fucked up.
I feel like he wasn't gonna do it.
Say some dumb shit right now. And I'm telling mommy.
It's like this.
I'm telling mommy.
You was that kid.
I would have thought about it.
I would have beat
the shit out of him. I would have maybe shot him. But then I would have thought about it, and I would have got why he did it. And the whole fact is, he said that you're better than both because I didn't have the heart to kill my own brother. So he said that, I would have felt like, damn. Damn.
But you see,
I'm
you guys
telling
are
mommy.
you're missing
That's all
one.
I'm saying.
You're missing a part of the puzzle. Okay, throughout the whole thing, he was torturing this man. He had the razor blade. He was handing it to him. The cut. He would close his eyes and he would remember those. Just because you said one
But
thing a minute ago, oh, we're brothers. That
know what it is?
the fact that
The
I know that
sins
we're
of the
brothers,
father will
that
be
would make me
repaying upon the
shoot you
son.
even quicker because that
Because-
means how could you do that to your fam?
I'm gonna blow your
because
mind.
You knew who I was.
Because of who their
I didn't
father
know who
We're
was.
you
doing a
were.
lot of
Yes.
we're doing
Let
a
me
lot
say
of
this.
crosstalk.
Let
Go
me
ahead,
say,
LeVar and then King.
because of who their father was, it made both of them the men that they were who sought revenge because their father was a shitty father. So everything that happened with both of them is 1000% their father's fault.
I
Sure.
gotta say nay. I gotta
How?
say nay. I gotta say nay. And the reason why I'm
The
gonna
reason
say,
why let me
Say.
yeah, go
let me
ahead.
say this. The reason why Idris did what he did is like his father left him to die, killed his mother, and then that sought him on revenge to find his father. So he's just there like, you took that from me, so I'm gonna take it from you. And that's what made his son, his brother, not love, do the same shit because of his father, the trajectory that he sent his sons on.
It's a choice. Okay,
It's
so
a choice, but it's because of their father. If had it not been for their father's influence, both of them would not have become killers.
it's a choice. All of this is choice. This whole movie is choice. And
But Idris chose not to kill
you're
his brother.
moving past the whole thought process in this choice. The father had a choice not to kill the moms and take everything and leave his son there to die. But he chose to.
He could have chose to take
And
his
he
son
could have
with him,
killed
even if he
him.
killed the mother.
He could have killed the kid. But he chose to leave him there.
He created Killmonger.
Now,
The same thing as Black Panther.
he found his father later on being a good dad, a good husband, stop drinking, stop looting, stop robbing, and was having dinner. That fueled that revenge, that motive, whatever it was, extra right then. Because if he would have came in the house and he was the same old dude that was beating the hell out of women and beating his kid, then maybe it would have been a fist fight, a fisticuff, or something like that. But what that did was when he walked in, you robbed me from this good you. You robbed me from this good you, and you don't get to tell me to take this outside and you get a good death. They're going to see this here now.
Exactly.
And what he did was, in shooting the mother first, he was horrifying the boy because he was horrified when his mother died and was left there. And then he killed the father, not to horrify the boy, but to motivate the boy, because the boy only knows his father as a good father, and he had a good mother. He scarred the boy
Praying grandmother.
in order, and he knows what the boy is because the boy has the determination of a buck. That's why he was telling him when he was in his face, you're going to be greater than I ever was.
Because you're going to do what I couldn't do.
Brother.
You're going to kill your brother.
And I could never kill mine. He had that much love for that.
He loved him.
There.
Even if it's like, I hate our father for what he did to me, but I see you don't deserve to die. But I get why you want to kill me. I can't let this hurt go, so I got to kill my father and his wife. I got to do it.
Let me explain why he loves that boy.
Yeah.
He was that boy.
Before his father took his innocence.
He saw himself left there. And if I could pull myself up and you have the same blood I do, I'll see you later in life. And I'm going to mark you to know when you're coming. He told him, I know who you are, know what you've been doing. I've been following your exploits all over. And I know the Grim Reaper was at my door a long time ago before you got here. That's why he didn't raise a gun up to him. And he told him, I apologize for the beating that you got. When he got it, it was a little bit too harsh. I believe I said this.
When he gave him, he said, I'm going to give you something.
Boy.
When he gave
the razor blade, where my mind went
I'm
at
like,
that
I'm
time,
giving it to you to come kill me with it.
Yes, that's where my mind. I didn't know that was his brother at the time, but I knew that he didn't see himself getting out of this. He just wanted to save that town as a paradise because he knew that the West was going to change. He
Yes.
knew that those freedoms that they had were going to go away. But if he could build a Tulsa at the time,
Yes.
if he could build a Rosewood at the time, right, that will be what he could say his life was worth.
Yes.
Right. And and Moses don't get to go to the promised land,
Nope.
so to speak. So I saw him as take this knife and you're gonna cut my throat with the same the same blade that I marked you with.
But you
Because
know,
I set this up.
you
That's
know,
poetic
the
justice.
scene at the end when they're having the dialogue, and it's the most powerful scene.
Oh man, I felt it like right here, like verklempt.
Because I got daddy issues, so I'm sitting there with my daddy issued ass, broken ass, watching these two daddy issued ass kids broken. Jonathan Majors is crying because he knows that he has this level of hatred in his heart, and he kept needling this dude all the way through.
But if Idris didn't push him over the edge, he wouldn't have done it because he felt it.
Right?
He felt like,
right.
oh shit, I get why you did it. Even though
Hold on
I'm
a
mad,
Hold on a minute. I do
it was
think
like he was conflicted.
I do think he had to do it. I'm gonna tell you. Let me tell you why.
Go ahead, tell me.
Now,
Like Idris
everything.
basically squeezed the trigger for him. The first shot, and he just dumped and emptied the clip in him.
Hold on a minute. Now,
or the barrel.
When Buck, right? Mm-hmm. When Rufus, he had to live up until he was 18 years old or whatever, however he was when he found his father, right?
Right.
He had this single purpose, which was, I am going to do to you what you did to me. And he killed the mother first in order to make it real, to say there's no going back from this. I'm gonna do this right now.
If I kill you first, then you don't feel that pain.
Yeah,
I want you to feel pain before I kill you.
I understand that. But he had to kill the mother first to make this thing real. Because when there's so much build up to a moment, right? Everything you have done has been about getting right here. And that was his whole life, to get right there. And now, when Nat Love was on that journey, his entire life, everything that he had done up until that point was to kill this person. There's no stopping this train. This is an unstoppable force, immovable object type of thing. So when he got to see him, even that information that he gave him stopped him up, but he had to do it. He could not move forward in life until he killed that man, because that's what his whole life about. He had to do it, speech or not.
I actually think that
I feel like he did.
I actually think that because of that speech, he made him want to kill him even more. Because just like King was saying at the beginning of, how the hell can you do to me what you did to me, and then I see you here with your good family, and that gave him the motivation. On the flip, when you tell me, after all I've been through, after the nightmares, after the scar that I've dealt with my entire life, and then you tell me you were my brother, at that moment you need to die twice, because that even hurts twice as much. This is not a stranger that did this to you. This is your own blood that did this to you. So in that moment, that rage fills you, and you gotta
understand why he did it. He understood in the moment, because you saw him understand. That's why he was there, like, because he didn't want to kill, but it's just there like, I'm so mad. You deserve to die, but he was conflicted because he's like, I get it, because that's the reason I want to kill you, because of what was done to you. So he sympathized with him in the moment. You understand?
No, absolutely.
He related to him. He's just there like this. The same reason I hate you is the whole shit that you did to me. But it's just they're like, fuck, I get it. But you still got to die. But it's just they're like,
the train had already left the station at that point. There was no,
there was
no stopping it.
I think that scene was set to, he needled him all the way to that point. The taking of his wedding band, the beating him in front of his woman, beating his woman, giving him the blade. These little things, he kept showing control over his life. Even Zazie knew, as long as this man is alive, you have no control over you going to get this man.
That is more why he had to kill him.
But this is what I'm saying. At the last scene, the only part that Nate Love had over his life was the choice to kill this man or not. And he took that choice from him, because the whole movie he was needling him up until the moment he got shot, he kept correcting his last name as Buck. You are a Buck. And he kept drilling it in his head until those shots. And if you count how many times he called him Buck, that's how many times he got filled with lead, because he was trying to erase that Buck from his name and love to only be there.
Right. And you know what
like,
that
I'm
is.
not you. I'm not like none of you. I'm not like my father. I'm not that. But
this is the other thing. Like,
to feel like your father, how do you think that made him feel to know that his father was that type of terrible person who would do that to someone or to do that to his child?
But
you think that made him feel conflicted?
Here is the other part.
His hate, I don't feel like his hate was more so. It was more so for his mother at that point, because you got to why he did that, why your brother would do that.
Here's the thing.
And still, once he said, "I don't have the heart to kill my own brother," and you know he's not going to kill you, but he's trying to make you like him. He wants you to do it because he's like, I was set on this path, and you're going to be even more ruthless than me because you're going to kill your own brother.
But again, even the idea of what he took from him, right? Because at least you could say, you know what? My memory of my father and all the things that he did for me, he raised me and he was taken from me, but he was a good man. You've even robbed him of the vision of his father, right? Think about that.
I get it.
How cold-blooded that shit is.
Is it though? But because you're not sympathizing with Idris at all.
No. I am. I'm just saying the sort of emotional impact of what was going on it's crazy when you think about like what he really did to him. And that's why, and this is really why I want to end it, because I want to get us all out of here by 10. When she asked him, is the devil dead? Mm-hmm. And he said, I don't know. He was not talking about he don't know.
He was talking about
was dead.
Regina King.
Exactly. What am I gonna be? Am I destined to
he's the devil?
A buck.
Right.
Am I a buck? Or am I a love?
And remember, that's why it was so important at the end. Nate Love is dead.
Yes.
You think there's going to be a sequel?
Oh, it has to be a sequel because Gertrude is out there.
Okay, listen.
Technically, this is the second movie if you count the one with Michael K. Williams.
Okay, now here's the thing.
And Erykah Badu playing Stagecoach Mary.
I want to take 2 minutes right now just to talk about how
Do you think
terrible.
This is a series?
No, how terrible, disgusting, horrible.
Go ahead.
That Regina King's accent was. It was not necessary for her to do it. You know, this was worse.
Here's my question. What was she going for? Do we know?
She was going for Jada Pinkett Smith in the Gotham series.
That accent was,
you know what I'm
talking about, Whitaker right? And Black Panther levels of terrible.
That's a deep pull, man. And no, she was not going for Forest Whitaker because that's a different level. Let's not go there. The podcast will go long.
Levels of terrible.
Look, man, that shit
of all
was
the terrible
a sham.
actors I've heard, that was up there.
And she is one of the best working actors today,
alive.
So I think the reason she got away with that accent is because this was a really, for all intents and purposes, a first-time director. This is his first like big feature film, and he did not have the gravitas to tell Regina King, "You doing some dumb shit right now. Stop that."
I think maybe
he just had to let her do what she's doing because he's like, "Yo, you Regina King. I gotta let it go."
I think maybe a lot of the scenes was one take hold. A lot of the scenes, and they just because it would change from scene to scene.
Remember, they said they filmed this at the height of the COVID.
Yes, so
it's not like we're gonna sit out and take our time and do this right. Yeah, it's bang, bang, bang. Let's get it done.
We need a reshoot because your accent is off. Like,
yeah, but everybody else would have had one takes too, and they didn't sound like that. And even the quick draw dude, he sounded like he was from New York.
Speaking of the quick draw dude, how hilarious was it when he got shot in his head?
Oh, it was just
Oh,
it was
Oh my
sad.
God,
It
that
was
was
just
hilarious.
sad.
Was that supposed to be funny?
Oh, when he got
It
shot.
was
When he
sad.
got killed? Oh my God,
Well,
that was hilarious.
You know, that happened in all of them. In every Western, the dude that's practicing that quick jaw crap is the one that always get hit
Yes, yeah,
with the
yeah.
real life.
Like it was
And
messed
you
up
know what? And you know
when
what you
Cherokee
said,
Bill
King.
killed Bill Pickett. That
Yeah.
was messed up because he shot him in the back. That was fucked
after
up.
he got saved the thing. All right, listen. We
Real
can't
quick,
go on
real
too
quick,
long.
real quick.
We don't
Hold
have
on.
a lot. King got to go.
I
At 10
understand.
o'clock. Okay.
No, I know. I just want to cap it by saying that that's one piece of the puzzle we did not speak about. There have been people who have given it bad marks because they say it's like a cosplay of certain genres. But as King has noted,
Those
you
were
can
white
literally
people
pick out.
that said that. But anyway.
That's neither here nor there.
Am I lying?
You can literally pick out. You're not.
There.
You can pick out other movies in this movie. They literally paid homage to so many different genres and played with every single trope. Even a part in the movie, I don't know if y'all saw that, where you could definitely see that the what do you call it? The sets have a bar behind it instead of the actual whole set. You could see behind it, and people took that as, oh, that's a bad director who didn't know how to hide that. No, he showed that on purpose because he's trying to pay homage to this genre.
All the old Western. You saw the.
I just want to throw that out there.
The warped aspect ratio at the end where they were riding off into the thing.
That's right.
Perfect.
All of that. There's Hateful Eight in there. There's Posse in there. You can literally pick them out. So why do very smart people don't see that? It's just weird.
And
anyway.
This is why it's the last. This is the best Western I've seen in the last 20 years. And that's why. For me, not for anybody.
No, I
else.
agree. I agree with you. Yes,
it's for me because as powerful as I felt. What was it? Five Bloods.
Five
Bloods. Yep.
Five
Can't
Bloods.
forget the
Yeah.
Black Panther, and this is. I mean, these are complete movies. These are complete movies that you can watch, and you can go in, and you can go to a cinema with your kids. And I'm only talking from the Black experience. I'm not talking from any else's experience, because when you go watch it for your experience. I'm telling you my experience. I'm talking about me. I'm talking about when I go take my kids. There's a reason why I can watch Black Panther and cry throughout the whole movie. It's a reason why. All right, because it's a level of pride. There's a reason why I can watch this and I can hear all the reggae tunes and the beats and the Afro beats and
you feel something when you
Buffalo
watch
Soldier,
right.
Dreadlock Rasta.
Without. I mean, I'm talking about characters with pride. You know, even the quote unquote villains, Cherokee Bill, bad as hell, and didn't want violence, but gave you violence when you chose violence.
I love that.
He was a
scene.
ruthless mother effer.
Now.
He played it like he was a nice guy, but he was a ruthless mother effer.
No, he did what he needed to do, because at the end
The
of the day,
fact of what he did to Bill Pickett, and then when they were on the stagecoach and then they killed everybody, and you thought that he's like, I don't want to kill anybody, but I'm just waiting to get the information out of y'all, and then we're still going to kill all of y'all.
Yeah.
I think he looks at the life for what it is, and he's not romanticizing it. This is life and death, and you're playing around, and you're trying to be noble is going to end. You will end up dead.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what he tries to tell people. This is not a game.
It's the quick and the dead.
This exactly.
Yes.
So anyway, there's more to say on this, but I think we gave this film its due. And King, I'm giving you some homework. I want you to watch Jonathan Major's other Western, Hostile. He worked.
I'm gonna watch it
side by side with Christian Bale. Very, very top-notch stuff. And the opening scene for that movie is gonna mess you up. It is a gut punch, just the opening scene.
I'll watch it. You watch
King,
America, and I'm gonna watch this.
Yes, and we will compare notes this weekend. King, please, first of all, thank you so much for joining us once again. And like I said, you are no longer a guest. You know where the fridge is. You walk in the house.
Beer, it's all good.
Exactly.
If anybody has a chance to watch it, They Die by Dawn, which was the original film
thank you for that.
by the same director that had the same characters in it, but played by other actors. And what I couldn't get out was Michael K. Williams. He was in the this show with Jonathan Majors, and the fact that they play the same character, it's interesting.
What show was he in?
Lovecraft Country. He played.
Oh yeah. I thought you were saying they were in
his
another
father.
Okay, yes, I
and
know,
they play the same character.
I know.
So
And
that's why I think it might be a sequel.
Yes,
in spirit. Anyway.
And Delroy Lindo played Jonathan Major's father in Defy Bloods. But King, please tell the fine folks where they can find you, sir.
You can find me Sunday at 11 a.m. at Iron Lords Podcast. This Sunday, you do not want to miss this Sunday because we're going to have
smell knees, King.
I think I can break.
I think some guests are coming. No,
yeah, I could break the news. We're having Jason Ronalds on the show.
Awesome,
man, with the beard.
That's great.
And
best beard in the business, baby.
Yo, I want you to thank him personally, King, for that 60 FPS.
Oh no,
Sonic.
We're giving him his roses for that because I hit him in the DMs and I was telling him thank you so much. I do appreciate it because a lot of those games are my favorites. So the one
ask him about the damn capture situation. I'm just saying.
When we there, hit us up.
We'll be there. We'll be there for sure. You know we'll be there. Good stuff.
We're having a major exec on, and I mean, at the height of what Microsoft is doing at this point, and then with the heighters they did just past week, especially him and his team. And shout out to the great Bill Stelwell. All that back compat stuff is fantastic and necessary for us to keep our and preserve our video game history. So that's where you can catch me. Twitter, King David OTW. Same thing that's on my Xbox. Holla at your boy. I'm on all day. If you want to smoke with Halo, holla at your boy. If you want to lose your knees in racing, I got you in that Forza right about now.
All right.
Back-to-back games, man. Okay, Mr. Johnson, tell the fine folks where
you can find me at LeVar F. Johnson on all your platforms. I don't tweet, but I'll be on there if you want to at me.
Yeah, if you want to get ignored on Twitter, find me. All right,
me in my DMs. If it's interesting, I might reply.
Mr. TKO TK0 Asante, where can the folks find you, sir?
So I will first make note that the King is playing Halo Infinite multiplayer. So technically, you a beta boy right now, but we'll keep it moving real quick.
Yeah, well, I already said that I was back.
We make exceptions for Halo.
We're making exceptions for Halo. No, for real. No, you can find me K Asante everywhere. TKO Asante, as you see on the screen there. This Saturday, you will find us, myself, and Mr. Everborn Saga on the Gaming Circle podcast with BitCloud Gaming coming to represent. We're gonna have a lot of fun, talk a little scandalous conversations about all this BS that's going on with the Game Awards and whatnot. So come and check it out. Appreciate y'all continuing to follow this man. If you're not following this man, follow this man so he can get off my ass about it. Follow this man.
If you're not subscribed and you like right now, please subscribe to the channel.
Hit the subscribe button. You won't regret it.
I just want to before we go, because we got this Kickstarter going.
I want to say one more thing. RP Young Dolph.
Yes, definitely 100%. We
got killing each other, black people, for nothing, leaving kids fatherless.
That sucks. Yeah, I feel bad sending people to my Kickstarter now.
I didn't mean to be anonymous.
He ruined it.
But yeah, the link is in the chat. So thank you, everybody. I'm Everborn Saga everywhere. And please check out the Kickstarter if you have not already. And I will leave us with the video going so we can everybody get out of here and get to work and go to bed and things.
Yes.
Good night, everybody.
Later, fellas.
Good night.